Welcome in. Hi, I'm going to wish the opponent good luck. I waited for you so that we could open our hand together. Let's see what it is. It doesn't do anything. But it will maybe one day do something. What do y'all think? Keep or mulligan? This hand, even if we draw a green, we have three, we could cast like a worm coil or a... I'm thinking about mulliganing. I'm gonna mulligan. These hands are just so fun to open, whether they do anything or not, I don't care. That's the great thing about mulliganing, is we got the value of looking at another hand. Anyways, yeah, welcome in. Travis here, for those of you who are patient from the last cube draft. We're in for round one, Magic Learning Magic backwards and forwards. Thanks to all our supporters. Travis here, did I already say that? Probably. Opponent's not here. Probably making a ham sandwich or some sort of kitchen fixings. And we're playing MTG of the Day number 20 or something like that, which is awesome. Really picking up steam on this series. It is something that I can do every day, and I have fun, and we're getting a good turnout from it. So it will continue it will continue for a good while. Anyways, we're gonna wait for the opponent to show up. Okay, so not only is the opponent here, but they submitted a 73 card deck, which means that I don't necessarily expect them to show up, which means that this isn't the Magic of the Day. We're gonna also play the next match if this opponent doesn't show up, which I don't think they will. So yeah. Spoiler alert, it's round two. The opponent didn't show up, so we get to open some more hands. I'll keep this hand. It can maybe cast some things. I mean, it has Shelldock Isle plus Soul Ring, which is, I count 3 mana. Those are all cards that we kind of need. I'm going to pick the Faithless Looting to keep those other cards in the deck. Or maybe we want to keep Faithless Looting to use, well, whatever. Okay. Mishra's Workshop. Why thank you? Why thank you? Okay. How about a Lodestone Golem? Well, thank you very much. I mean, the opponent can get some value out of that Student of War. Sun Tzu, Student of Warfare, The Art of War, one of my recommended books. Library of Alexandria. Well, the good news is, what is that? It's a 1/1. The opponent is going to be able to... Ooh, there's another good one. So we have 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We're gonna have Sundering Titan next turn. It requires us to not cast. This is a 1/1, correct? This requires us to not cast Winter Orb this turn. Okay, the opponent drew a card, and they're making good use of Student of Warfare. It might be better to Winter Orb. Oops, I clicked through Sakura Tribe Elder. Problematic, but we got bailed out again, so that's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Well, I guess we should get down Sunring Titan just as a big duder. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we're gonna lose our forest, and this is fine because we can done, right? A forest and a plains. Alright, so let's try to use this Tribe Elder. Not that it actually matters that much because we don't have a blue. It might be worth hanging on to this for a turn or two. Interesting. Skull Clamp. The opponent is drawing a lot of cards, but we're going to make it hard for them to use those cards between Lodestone Golem, Sundering Titan, and so on. Equipped Skull Clamp. Okay. I'm not going to use the Tri-Belter just because we don't know whether we're going to want a green or a red yet, and if that's going to delay us by a turn on what we're doing, that's okay. Tangle Wire is a ridiculous one. Yeah, this is a ridiculous one. We can cast Tangle Wire and Winter Orb. Yeah, that's game, boys and girls. And Muppets. Yeah, good luck, have fun. I said have fun. So how are we supposed to stack Tangle Wire? Stack the tap, then stack the fading, so fading happens first. Well, the opponent is yeah, that was a good that was a hand that started off pretty dirtily, but it just takes one Mishra's Workshop to go nutso. Alright, so as far as sideboarding goes, Deranged Hermit seems like a card that is just good in this matchup. Tangle Wire was unreasonably good that game, but I don't think it's always going to work like that. Our mana is already pretty questionable though, so I mean, I don't really want to cut artifacts just because we can cast them easily. Double green is just hard to cast. Okay, here's a hand. I'm gonna keep it. It's not super exciting. We could have mulliganed, maybe. It's a hand that can get much better if we draw some kind of acceleration. And then I'm gonna go ahead and use Strip Mine. Why not? Might give the opponent some mana problems. Gives us some more time to top deck a mana accelerant like a Soul Ring or a Mox. Or a Signet, for instance, is a good one because Huntmaster and Garruk should be pretty good in this matchup, and that's already 6/11ths of the way to Ulamog, potentially. Interesting. Swords to Plowshares. I'm actually happy to see that because that Welder was not going to do a whole lot. There's Spirit of the Labyrinth. Can't draw more than one card. Totally a-okay. There's a looting which is shut down by Spirit of the Labyrinth. That's hubris, as I think what that's called. As I was in the middle of saying that it was a-okay, we don't care about it, and then we top deck the card that really owns us. Although, again, Huntmaster ought to be Eureka. How about just Eureka, put Ulamog into play? Sure, let's do that. Why not? Eureka. Obviously, the opponent can put some stuff into play, but put out a Huntmaster to start. And then we're going to play a Garruk. And then an Ulamog. It's funny because the opponent played Swords to Plowshares on a Goblin Welder this game. Garruk. There's a Hero of Bladehold, which is quite good. There's a Batterskull, also good. Here's an Ulamog, though. How about that one? Is this one good? There's a sword. There's some good ones. Alright, we're out of permanence. The opponent has only one card left. Banishing Light, so we lost. And I think that we probably have lost. We probably would have won if we had not played anything. Because look, the opponent can't cast any spells. Huntmaster and Garruk were going to take over, but I mean, sue me, right? How am I not going to cast Eureka and Ulamog? It's just, I don't regret it. It's something that has to happen. Alright, here's a beast. I'm ready to concede, though. There's a Sword of Feast and Famine on a Hero of Bladehold, and there's a Batterskull. And I'm going to just concede because this game is unwinnable. That turned around pretty quick. Ancient Tomb. Do I care? Am I going to change my sideboarding based on that information? Well, again, we only really have Deranged Hermit and maybe a Staff of Domination. Deranged Hermit seems pretty good. Deranged Hermit seems really good. Ulamog's pretty hard to cast. I keep saying pretty and really all these clarifier adverbs. Is that with the adjectives? Staff of Domination's an option. I don't mind Eureka-ing anyways. It's quite a rush. It's quite a rush. And it's pretty hard to cast Ulamog otherwise. What the hell? Let's gamble. Let's roll some dice. I like to roll dice. Alright. Opening hand time. Yeah, this is a hand that isn't really going anywhere. Call this type of a hand going nowhere quickly. Was that a mistake leading with strip mine? I was planning on just stripping. We could also not strip and then use Rishadenport, strip later. The reason is, yeah, I should have waited on that. The opponent might have. I'm not going to strip mine. The reason being, play Mutavault, play a Gruul Signet, ship the turn. Hope to not see Spirit of the Labyrinth, which would shut down our Faithful Saluting again. Maybe we should have cut Faithful Saluting for wow, this is really brutal. Mishra's Factory. I'm going to strip that Plains. And then I'm going to play a Factory with the goal of blocking this turn. And then we can use Rishadenport. I would just really like to trade with that thing, if possible. See if we get the chance. We do. So what do we want to we want to trade the Mutavault. The Factory is more useful. So let's go ahead and trade. And this will unlock our Faithful Saluting, which will unlock our hand. Because we don't have a whole lot going on in the old Gripperoo here. Untap. Ralzeric. Maybe one day. I'm just gonna... that's interesting. So, I would like to port, but the way it works is we're probably not going to be able to do it. So I'm going to play a looting here. 1, 2, 3. Unfortunately, yeah, none of these cards are all that helpful. We're definitely keeping the Sundering Titan. I think I'm going to keep the Ralzeric with the hope that we just top deck. I'm going to cut one Forest, and then we're either going to lose the Tanglewire or the Ralzeric. I don't think we should ditch a land. Tanglewire could buy us the time we need to one day cast Sundering Titan. Okay, see what the opponent has. They have another land. Unfortunate. Hoping to draw maybe a Crucible of the Worlds. Brimaz. Yeah, this is going to get out of hand quickly. Forest. We're going to lose. We're going to lose. Faithful Saluting. Tanglewire is not doing anything because you can tap enchantments to it. Winter Orb is past the point of being super helpful. Tanglewire is just actively bad right now. So we have 3, 4. I don't see Winter Orb actually being very helpful. Although we don't need all these lands. Maybe I should have kept those. Maybe I should have kept the Tanglewire. It just seems so insanely bad against Brimaz. Yeah, well, this match was winnable. Go back to game 2 and just don't cast Eureka. But again, I signed up for this. I can take the swings, the variant swings. I have no problem. Bloodbraid Elf. Interesting. 2, 3, 4. Cast Bloodbraid Elf. So if I had fought Rishadenport with the plains, Mox Ruby, interesting. If I had fought Rishadenport on the plains, maybe it would have been possible to win this game on Mana Screw. Also, I should have played a land so that we could keep up. I hadn't considered that we might hit a mana producer off that, so I made a misplay. Oh no. Yeah, we would actually have a 3/3 Mishra's Factory, which would be able to gobble one of these creatures. However, however, things are not going the best. Yeah, we would be able to have an extra blocker, but a 3/3 blocker at that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Maybe, if we draw Eureka, Sunring Titan plus Primeval Titan will be enough to hold down the fort on defense. Forest. So we can cast 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We can cast a Primeval Titan. We'd have to chump block it. We'll take 6. The opponent can just move the sword. So we're dead. GG's. It was a fun match. It was quick. Fun 2 matches. But it's a Swiss draft, so we have one more match coming at you tomorrow. If you haven't seen the draft yet, I should have said this earlier, but it's in the videos. Thanks to our Patreon supporters. Again, if you haven't gotten the ebook, I put out chapter 1 for free, which you can get in the link below. Magic for Good. Why magic is good for you. This is something everyone should know. There's a lot of reasons why, but I get into some detail, outline it. And get in the Magic for Good Facebook group, and I will see you back for the next match. Take care, much love.